Hello there and welcome to my very first career mode video in FIFA 18. Today guys I'm going to show you how to sign Lionel Messi and how hard or easy it is to do just that. So the team I'm using for this video itself is PSG. This is not my new career mode series, this is one off career mode video showing you guys how to sign Messi. And anyway, these are some of the budgets though from the Premier League. As you guys can see there, the likes of Spurs have a 62 million transfer budget, Real Madrid 118, Barcelona 140 million there with a 2.4 billion club value. A really cool new thing in addition to FIFA 18 career mode is the new graphics, as you can see in game there from Lacazette and Wenger there as an example. They also do show off the really cool graphics of the Player of the Month awards. There are interviews in game. It really is a better career mode by a long distance this year. As you can see though, I decided to put the likes of Di Maria from PSG on the transfer list. Same goes for Cavani and Draxler, as I wanted to get some quick transfers into career mode, just see how it all works. And actually Serge Aurier was the very first negotiation I had on day one of this FIFA 18 capture event during career mode. He was the first one, man, like not even like Messi, Ronaldo. I wanted to get straight down to business by selling some players to get funds, well even more funds for some big players. But yeah, this video guys will be all about Lionel Messi. I really wanted to see how hard it would be to sign him, and this is the first process of career mode that you're really going to get, you're going to need to get to grips with, man. I actually made a mistake when I wanted to buy Messi, as I offered a too high price basically. You'll see in a bit though. Anyway, Serge Aurier, I decided to put the transfer fee there up to 24.3 million pounds, and that again for me, that I'm learning a lot as I'm making this video. I should have really started a bit higher. I do actually go higher very shortly. He offers 22.6 million there from Bayer Leverkusen for my player Aurier at PSG. Then I actually counter that and go even higher than my first offer. So clearly I've got some negotiating skills to work on here. I decide to counter right now and make the transfer sum for Aurier a lot higher, which actually quite surprisingly paid off. Usually you'd kind of meet in the middle, but I decided to propose a new transfer fee, make that go up to about 31.6 million, so about 7 million more than my first fee for Aurier to be sold for. And as you can see, there you go, 31.6 million price tag, and we aren't willing to sell him for less. So good work in the end there to claw that one back. And then they come back saying, you know what, 25.7 million for Aurier, which is again more than I actually expected. I mean, his current value is 17 million. So it is, as it stands, a lot higher than his value and more than my first proposed fee to sell Aurier for. So it really was surprising and very good news selling Aurier for this kind of price. So I actually decided to go ahead and accept this transfer sum of 25.7 million there for Aurier. And I think my tips on this career mode at the beginning of this transfer negotiations were that he could sell for 21 million. So I'm very happy with that. Really cool deal there to get Aurier sold for 25.7. And that's where all the transfer fees and transfer negotiations start to begin. Arsenal wanted Lucas for around, I think it was around 30-ish million. And look who it is, the main man himself, Arsene Wenger, the current Arsenal manager, who it seems like half of the Arsenal fans these days want him in, half of them want him out. So it's a bit crazy. But anyway, on to career mode itself from the new FIFA, and he wanted Lucas for 31 million, and I was like, you know what, that won't even work for us. We've set a 40 plus million transfer fee for Lucas. Arsene Wenger says let's compromise now at 33.2 million for Lucas. I go back down a bit to 41.2 to keep it, let's keep these negotiations steady, Arsenal. I want to try and get a good fee, and he says this is our final offer, I'm sorry. And what I didn't really test out, I wanted to counter this to see what happens, but I decided, you know what, that is not a bad offer at all for Lucas. I went ahead and accepted that, and it's interesting, man. All these negotiations are about to get crazy. Now, it is finally time to go and buy Lionel Messi. How difficult is it? Let's find out. And as you can see, guys, we've got Messi's agent here from Barcelona, and I say myself, nice to see you there, mate. Thank you for coming. Let's get started, shall we? And this is the best thing for me about career mode this year, guys. We can now do the transfers on the same day. We don't need to skip a day. It's just the best thing. And anyway, first off, let's decide what type of deal we want to pursue for Lionel Messi. His current value is 92.5 million. I mean, I could have done player swap, but let's not be crazy here. I really wanted wanted to go and sign him. And I did choose PSG for this reason. Obviously, they've got them, well, I think they've got one of the biggest transfer budgets, if not the biggest in the whole game. And with selling all my players recently, like Lucas, like Aurier, I'm going to have more now in the bank. And this is where I really should have offered less than his value, just to see what their reaction would be. And yeah, I offered actually 93 million, so I really should have offered less, but anyway, we learn, we live and learn. And yeah, 93.9 million there for Messi was my offer, which, to be fair, I mean, it's not that, you know, in today's market, in the current market, I mean, for Messi, would you guys say that's a bargain with the current market? I mean, we nearly sold Coutinho for 135, maybe even 150. So this is obviously a lot less than that for Messi. And they said, look, your offer for Messi is just too low. They want 118 million for him. So I decided to go ahead and propose a new transfer fee of, I think, 105.1 million, so 12 more million, 11 more million there for Messi than my first offer, also with a sell-on clause there, and that would be a 5% sell-on clause for this offer. I submit that offer, that's more than we are prepared to offer. Can we settle on £104.1 million? We're also willing to give you 5% out of Messi's future sale value to compensate for the investment you've made in him already. Again, they come back and say, Matt, this is just, come on, let's get back to where we want to be. And they say 118.1 million for Messi. And looking at that stance, I have no idea how I did it, but I somehow managed to get a lower fee than what they wanted there. They really were pretty strict on that. I decided again to propose a new transfer fee, and this time I'm not sure if I actually did propose a new fee with a sell-on clause. I'm not sure if I did. Anyway, I do submit a new offer there of 110 million to £8 million less for Messi than Barca wanted to sell him for, which I felt like, you know what, I feel like I'm getting somewhere now. I'm starting to get to grips with this new transfer system. They come back and say, finally, that's a fair offer. I'm glad we could reach an agreement on the fee for Messi. I hope we can do more deals in the future. And just like that, guys, I have agreed terms with Barcelona to sign Lionel Messi for £110 million. However, we are not finished there yet. As you all know from previous career modes, the contract agreement is always a big talking point, and it's always a bit of a stumbling block. You always find yourself, you know, trying to get the player, and it takes a few days. Now, obviously, you can do it on the same day, so it's much more beneficial and just more straightforward. Now, though, it is time to try and confirm this Messi deal, and as you can see, Messi is in the building with his agent. I thought a good place to start would be to discuss his role at the club. I was actually tempted to pick Sporadic just to see what their reaction would be. Maybe they'd storm out of the room. However, I went with Crucial there with Lionel Messi being arguably the best player we've ever seen in football, and yeah, given the current squad, I can promise he will be the first name on the team sheet and have a starting role throughout the season, and they are very happy with that. Great, that's what we're hoping for. My client is happy with the role you're offering him, and by the way, can I just say, these cutscenes really are like a brilliant addition to the game. It really does freshen things up in career mode, and as you can see now, so Messi's agent's like, okay, I suppose we should talk about the contract length for my client now. He expects to sign a 3-year deal with your club, PSG, so that's interesting there. I decided to obviously accept that one. That's really simple. Sure, that works for all of us. We're happy to offer Messi a 3-year contract here at PSG, and yeah, this is where it really does get interesting. I was okay with paying probably, around 475 in wages. As you can see though, my client isn't looking to add a release clause to his contract at this point. I assume that's okay with you, so obviously that was absolutely fine. That actually made this whole negotiation process a lot more smoother, and we don't want to insert a release clause in Messi's contract either. So yeah, really, it felt like it was going almost too well right now. Usually when something's too good to be true, it always is. However, this is where it gets interesting, man. They actually go and say, okay, moving on, we want to discuss his wages and other financial matters. Given the quality of my client, we believe he deserves to be around £470,000 a week in wages, which was obviously a lot lower than I was actually expecting. So it's like, you know what, let's actually counter with the wage and signing bonus, make that a bit different there. The wage is fine. I just wanted to get the signing bonus lowered just because it was quite, that was quite hefty right there. But still, I was okay with the wage being a lot lower. I'm surprised they actually went that low. His current wage is £500,000 a week at Barcelona. Obviously, that's £30,000 less I would be getting him for. So it's a really cool start to the wage talks, at least. It's just the signing bonus was a bit of a curveball. Still, I do like all of this new stuff in FIFA career mode. It really is something cool cool, and just it makes the game just so much better having all of the options in our hands, and we can do whatever we want, man. We can offer Messi right now this 8.7 million pound bid there. Sorry, 8.7 million appearance fee, and that we've got that to negotiate. There's so many more options now for us, and we're prepared to offer Messi that weekly wage and the 8.7. However, they go back to 10.3 million appearances bonus there for Messi, and they want 6.8 million for the signing bonus as well. So it's interesting what you can do now, guys, in career mode. I decided to counter again. I really feel like you've got to be pretty strict with your budget. I can't just give everyone what they want. You've got to obviously do business, try and meet in the middle somewhere. I then decide to, I believe, edit this bonus and make that lower again. And I think I went down to 9 million now to make this happen. Submit that offer there. How about 6 million? And 9.3 million after 20 appearances. So I'm definitely getting closer to finally getting Messi to join PSG. It is a bit of a long process when you've got this kind of player to deal with, and they say that's fair offer. We can agree on that wage. We'd be looking for a signing bonus of 6.7 and think that 10.3 million after 20 appearances would be something more fitting. So we do finally get to a new new middle ground, I'd say. They offered a bit more than I wanted for that, but still I was happy with that. £450,000 in wages, so now £20,000 less. I was deliberating on this, as you can see by my in-game character. He didn't know what to do there, and in the end I was like, you know what, let's accept. Okay, it's certainly more than we planned for originally, but we'll meet your wage demand and look forward to Messi joining our squad. And there you have it, guys. I've signed Lionel Messi to join PSG in this career mode video, and as you can see there, Ronaldo was also on the shortlist, but I went for Messi instead. And there you go, guys, there is Messi now in my PSG squad. This was a one-off career mode video. If you guys want to see a career mode series, smash the like button below, and also let me know as well in the comments which team should I use. Maybe I'll have like a poll on this on the in fact, you know what, I won't have a poll. Just comment in the comments, guys, which team I should use. I really want to see what you think about this. Anyway, thought out of 10, how were my negotiating skills? I felt like they were decent, just the whole overall fee was probably too high, but still, it wasn't too bad, man. 110 million though for Messi, with 20 appearances of 10.3 million signing bonus as well, and his value is still 92.5. And there you have it, guys. I have officially signed Lionel Messi